Okay, this is just real quick. This technically isn't a part of the actual video. This is just something I thought about, how powerful Kratos actually can be. Obviously, that's Zeus right here, but he's got the Blade of Olympus or whatever, which is, one of the weapons that Kratos uses throughout, God of War 2, God of War 3, and things like that is, one of his weapons. Now, this is something I kind of thought of about how many video game characters Kratos could wipe out even with just this weapon alone. Now, once again, this is Zeus doing this, but like I said, Kratos becomes the wielder of the Blade of Olympus, in this game, and in God of War 3 and things like that. So if Zeus can do this, I'm assuming if Kratos wanted to, he could do this. Okay, now that was just a real quick clip, but those are a bunch of Spartan warriors and things like that, which were pretty strong people. I'm not saying that they're as strong as every single video game character out there, but Kratos could probably kill a good amount of video game characters just doing something like that. Now, of course, Link or somebody like that, he would have to do a little more to take out my boy Link. I'm not saying that he could just do something like that with him, but I think a fight with Kratos and Link would be a dope ass fight. I've talked about this to a few people and things like that. But a lot of those random video game characters, he probably could have easily wiped out with just a move like that alone. I'm not even talking about all the other abilities and things like that he has. But I mean, just really if you think about that. Hey, how's it going? It's your boy Bobby W223. This is a response video to Macho Mustachio. Hope I'm saying that right. This video talking about violence in video games and the politicians and people like that. Always trying to blame video game violence on when people do mass shootings or just anything of that nature. Any example, whether it's what was it, the Columbine, and just anything, any other thing of that nature. And they always want to blame violence of video games, even though people have been doing things like this since, maybe not necessarily the Columbine, but there's been people that are been kind of insane or whatever before video games were around, or before video games got more popular. And he's saying that it's just funny how when something happens, somebody just goes berserk and just does something crazy for no reason, they just automatically blame the entire thing, just any video game, any and all video games, the entire medium. Whereas if even they do this, if they blame like a movie or something like that, they'll just blame that movie, or they'll just blame that that guy that sings or whatever, like just that person, like he said, I think who was it, I think Marilyn Manson or Eminem or something like that. Like they'll just blame Eminem or whatever. They won't blame all of music, or they won't blame every movie out there. But when it comes to video games, they'll pretty much blame just the entire medium and stuff like that. This much I will say though, probably the main franchise, maybe not as much recently because there hasn't been one recently, or in a few years, whatever, is probably Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto probably is like the main game that we've seen on the news and things like that being bashed, especially when San Andreas came out and stuff like that. But all in all, I do agree with them. They usually just say, "Oh, see, video games, violent video games," just as a general statement. Instead of blaming that person for being crazy, or blaming other mediums besides video games, when people still haven't been able to fully prove that, video games cause violence. And I also like his point towards the end of the video saying, that you could easily look at it the other way around, that maybe it could relieve stress when you play something like a God of War or Call of Duty or Smash Brothers or whatever. You're fighting people and stuff, Mortal Kombat, whatever, and maybe you had a really stressful day at work or at school, or you got a fight with your girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever, and you get home and you play some Mortal Kombat or something like that, and you just get that fatality, and okay, maybe now you feel better because you just kind of got that out. And now you go, about the rest of your day, or maybe now you call up your girlfriend, and everything's cool, whatever. But they automatically want, Mortal Kombat or Call of Duty or Grand Theft Auto or whatever. Oh, those games are violent, those are bad. Those are why the kids are going around shooting each other in schools. Maybe that kid was just crazy. Maybe his parents are just shitty parents. Maybe there's drugs. I mean, there's so many other things, like people automatically, this kid plays Call of Duty, that's why he went out like that and started killing people. Now that's why that kid committed suicide. No, it's like, why are you blaming video games when, once again, it hasn't really been fully even proven that it causes violence like that? And it could easily relieve violence, like what he was saying, which I agree, that's a good point. And it really is crazy. It's kind of the same thing, if you want to use an example of human beings, how we stereotype each other, like whether it's females or different ethnicities or whatever. We'll usually try to put a certain ethnicity or whatever into one category. So if one person that ethnicity fucks up, they all fuck up, or whatever. People stereotype each other. It's kind of like the same thing with video games. Like, video games get stereotyped as this bad thing, mainly by people that don't even play video games in the first place, and they're trying to get rid of it and find ways to ban video games altogether and all this shit, when doctors and soldiers actually play video games too to actually make themselves better, which is funny. People that fight to keep us safe and things like that, go to war for us, something that I definitely don't want to do. Other folks out there that are braver than me going out to do things like that, doctors that are helping to, save people's lives and all this kind of crazy shit, but they don't want to bring that type of stuff up, though. I find that pretty funny, but I agree with a lot of stuff he says. Go check out his video on that. It's definitely a serious video, something that all gamers should be able to agree with. Sorry if I was like stuttering or anything like that, but I'm a little tired. But it's something that all gamers should be able to agree with. And for those politicians or whoever the folks out there that are trying to get rid of video games or think that video games cause violence, or that they're folks out there that are bashing video games as a whole, shut the fuck up, get off our backs. You don't even play this shit, don't fucking worry about it. That's basically all I gotta say, to get the fuck off our backs. But this is Bobby W223. Peace out.
I got in the elevator, right? I'm getting in the elevator, and these two high school white boys tried to get on with me. And I just dove off. I said, y'all ain't killing me. I am scared of young white boys. If you white and under 21, I am running for the hills. What the hell is wrong with these white kids shooting up the school? They don't even wait till 3 o'clock either. Killing people in the morning, that ain't right. It's that trench coat mafia. No one would play with us. We had no friends in the trench coat mafia. Hey, I saw the yearbook picture. It was 6 of them. I ain't have 6 friends in high school. I don't got 6 friends now. Shit, that's 3-on-3 with a half court. What the hell is wrong with these kids? I got people telling me, come on, Chris, come up to a school, talk to the kids. I'm like, fuck the kids. Do you got a vest? Maybe I'll think about it. And everybody want to know what the kids was listening to. And what kind of music was they listening to? Or what kind of movies was they watching? Who gives a fuck what they was watching? Whatever happened to crazy? What happened to crazy? Well, you can't be crazy no more? Did we eliminate crazy from the dictionary? Fuck the record, fuck the movie, crazy. When I was a kid, they used to separate the crazy kids from everybody. When I was a kid, the crazy kids went to school in a little ass bus. They had a class at the end of the school, and they used to get out of school at 2:30. Just in case they went crazy, they would only hurt other crazy kids.